Okay, everyone has spoken on the motion.
I'd like to speak again, please.
Second, Ms. Milhaven, I see you asking.
Yes, thank you. I, too, hope that we can have a productive and collaborative conversation because I'm very proud of the work that we did on the general plan. However, I think this conversation will not be nearly as agreeable, particularly with the tone the mayor started the conversation with. And so if we're going to talk about some of the content of the plan, I would like to point out...
Excuse me, we're just talking on the motion, and we'll get back to the topic that's
you need a vote of the council to call the question.
I did. I said we will call the question.
No, you do not have... The council needs to vote to call the question.
We can talk about the particulars, which is on the agenda. You interrupted that by saying we should postpone it. Now you're saying you want to discuss the particulars. So it's better that we vote on that motion and then get back to any points you wish to say or make on the text and what's been on the agenda. That's my point. So I would ask that you stick to the motion, which is the postponement, which is you can discuss that, and then after that, up or down, we will get back to where we were in putting everything in motion.
The rules of procedure require a vote of the council to stop discussion. You may not call.
No,
you may not call the question
that was
without a
the
vote
point
of
of your alternate.
I would like to hear from the parliamentarian.
We will vote on the motion and the second, and that's my call because we have a motion and we have a second.
I would like to hear from the parliamentarian.
We can repeat the motion was to postpone till after the general plan. The second was for that, and we are ready to vote on whether we want to proceed with what we are agendized to do tonight. So, at this point...
So Robert's rules allows for me to make an objection to the procedure, and I choose to do that.
You choose to you made one motion already. Now you're trying to compound with the second motion.
No, I'm making a comment about the motion, and I'm adding to the discussion.
Okay.
You are not allowed, as the chair, to cut off discussion without a vote of the council.
Excuse me. Continue with your comment regarding why we should delay this why you should support your motion. That's what's on the table. Go ahead.
Thank you. What I was starting to say was that I hoped that this conversation around the downtown character area plan could be as agreeable and collegial as the general plan discussion was. But as we have just seen, there's a lot of heated emotion around here. And the mayor started out with a very aggressive tone, and I take exception to a great deal of what he said. He's trying to create a boogeyman where one doesn't exist. We do not have gridlock in our community. We do not have overburdened infrastructure. We do not have water problems. So I do not see that this discussion will be nearly as agreeable. The items that my colleagues mentioned about open space and trees and alleys and private partners and emerald necklaces and bike lanes, I think those are all good things to discuss, and I take no exception. But I do think that we may get into some areas that are quite contentious, that will ignite a community debate, that may create some confusion, not because the citizens aren't going to like what we do, but because there's going to be great debate around that. And yes, Councilwoman Whitehead, I can walk and chew gum at the same time. Okay. So my hope would be that
there is one motion on the table, and you have...
Excuse me, you cut me off. I'm not finished.
Okay, continue with your discussion.
So my hope would be that we could have a more collegial conversation, but it looks to me like that may be very challenging and would be best to put it off. Thank you.
Well, that's your opinion, and you wanted to delay the entire discussion to some future time, and at this point, we have a motion for you to delay, and all those in favor of the motion, aye. All those opposed, nay. Nay. Okay, we will continue with our discussion as posted for the public. And again, according to our discussion, confront the questions and ambiguities and be as helpful to staff as possible. So as these challenges are coming forward, we are not in denial that these subjects are not important, because they are. If there are any other comments, I have a few more to make as well. And I do believe that it can be cordial. I believe that the topic of cutting off the conversation has been answered, and we're going to continue the conversation.